After a brisk start to NBA free agency, it abruptly stopped as the basketball world awaited a resolution following Kevin Durant's rumored trade request from the Brooklyn Nets. Since the June 23 NBA draft, we've tracked all the reported and official free agency transactions and the offseason deals completed. Teams and players could officially begin signing on July 6. With the league focusing part of its emphasis on the 2022 NBA Summer League, it seems like we have at least a little breathing room now. Nevertheless, several quality unsigned free agents are searching for new deals within the NBA. Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. This video will look at the top unsigned NBA players in the current free agency market. So, if you're new here, please consider giving this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification to get updated every time we post a new video. With all this being said, let's get started. The NBA free agent class of 2023 may rank well among the strongest in the association's history. LeBron James, a four-time NBA champion, might test the open market because an extension is improbable for the standout player of the Los Angeles Lakers. Kyrie Irving entered the final year of his contract and is currently available for trade. Next summer, he will also be a free agent. Two Golden State Warriors players, Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole, who have lately made significant advancements, are not even considered in this. First up, we have DeMarcus Cousins. Due to his outstanding late regular season and playoff minute with the Los Angeles Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins receives the nod. Teams should pay attention to his 40% conversion rate from downtown, since he played more like an accessory big during the postseason than the main piece. His best case scenario is returning to the Clippers. However, Cousins shouldn't be afraid to play in French playoff circumstances, where he'll have a chance to earn second string 5 or third biggest overall minutes if he truly wants to improve his stock. Reddick. Reddick is coming off a season in which he failed to hit shots early before losing a significant amount of time due to a right foot injury, so he won't win any admirers as a keeper of front office secrets. He may be entering the Kyle Korver phase of his career now that he just turned 37. Some teams should still evaluate him to see if he still has some gas in the tank. Reddick hasn't made less than 37% of his three-point shots since the 2012 to 2013 season, and shooting lasts a long time. Both his general accuracy and the way he splashes triples are fascinating. After pinballing around the half court, he can hit solid outside jumpers, and teams still pay attention to the speed at which he often moves away from the ball. Even so, Reddick has a space to position himself and dribble into his looks. Although pick and roll initiation has never been a significant part of his toolkit over the past 4 seasons, as the ball handler, he has been rated as having scoring efficiency in the top 95 percentile or higher. If Reddick still wants to land the Northeast, choosing the optimal landing location becomes a little more challenging. The arrival of Dennis Schroeder in the Summer League performances of Aaron Nesmith and Peyton Pritchard may disqualify Boston from consideration. Neither Brooklyn nor New York needs another guard. Svi Mykhailiuk. He comes off mediocre when comparing Svi Mykhailiuk to his reputation as a lights-out shooter. He has a mediocre 36.2% lifetime percentage from behind the arc, and in 2 of the last 3 seasons, he has missed under 33.5% of his outside shots. As opposed to claiming that, Mykhailiuk lays bricks. He has made hints about a master stroke after being traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder last season. He shot spot-up jumpers for an effective field goal percentage of 62.0 and made 40.4% of his three-point attempts on 8.4 attempts per 36 minutes in 2019 to 2020. Mykhailiuk has also displayed the traits of a competitive defender, although one who cannot be shut down. He can pursue the ball and sports terrific size at 6'7". There may even be a bit more offensive to get out of him. He can drop delicate passes to bigs on the move, doesn't seem overwhelmed while moving through the lane while on the ball, and shows some touch when moving away from the rim. Smart teams will consider Mikhailuk as a potential third-string 2 or 3, keeping in mind that he is a 24-year-old with more functionality than is initially apparent. Garrison Matthews. You probably won't discover another list rankings Garrison Matthews among the top 5 top XX remaining NBA free agents until another 2 to 6 names are eliminated. Matthews can fire a gun. He connected on 38.9% of his three-point attempts. Additionally, he wasn't hammering in uncontested standstill trays. He can torch twine when moving in from a distance in the parking lot. Literalists interpret his position in Washington literally as proof that he lacks any off-the-dribble flair. They're most likely accurate when seen through the prism of step-back threes, pull-up mid-rangers, and meticulous isolations. He's displayed some aplomb when making immediate beelines in attempting to finish through contact, and even if this aspect of his game never materializes. As a 24-year-old who can truly throw the ball and understands how to utilize his 6'5" frame on defense, he should be seen as more than just a shot in the dark. Wesley Matthews. When he joined the Los Angeles Lakers in the offseason of 2017, Wesley Matthews was compared to a cheap Danny Green. From there, his stock swiftly declined. His start to the year was interrupted by a flare-up in his right Achilles, and upon his recovery, he found it difficult to piece together significant stretches. Exploring Matthews' offensive low point may be interpreted in one of two ways. Either he's done at 34, or there's only upward moment. Matthews' erratic playing time on a Lakers team that lacked both outside volume and accuracy is undoubtedly a cause for concern. But previously to last season, he had never had a long season percentage below 36% from beyond the arc. Although he is no longer the same stopper he was in the Portland Trail Blazers several years ago, his outside clip will normalize, and he has a side-to-side amble to get the nod against power wings, even if only as a sacrificed homage. Next up, Avery Bradley. While dealing with leg problems and dividing time between the Miami Heat and Houston Rockets last season, Avery Bradley only made 27 appearances. His time spent in the latter didn't raise his standing. He shot 27.0% from long range and 38.1% from twos in his first 10 games with the Rockets. Bradley's on-court value remains almost unchanged, despite the ongoing right leg problems that have plagued him throughout his career. He's a troublesome on-ball defender who lacks the strength to compete with the biggest wings. He's also a solid outside shooter who too frequently veers from the set jumper script and dribbles into low percentage twos. Teams may, should, and unavoidably will accept the compromises. Bradley no longer qualifies as a premier defender with high offensive potential, but he still meets enough criteria to fall under the 3 and D canopy and won't turn 31 until November. Paul Millsap. Over the past season and a half, Paul Millsap has lost 1 to 3 steps. He almost appeared to be 36 or older. However, he's still capable despite the degradation brought on by Father Time. He's the ideal late August acquisition for any club preparing to use smaller 5-out lineups because he can still defend the position at 4. Additionally, Millsap's defense is currently more complementary. Last season, assists accounted for over 70% of his made baskets. And since 2018 to 19, he has made 39.3% of his catch and shoot triples. He could still snatch the odd possession, but his freelancing isn't necessarily without reason. He may still be used for situational post-ups and keeps the FU element of his attack in the form of slow-motion pounding face-ups. Last year, he made 59.2% of his back-to-the-basket attempts. You'll be surprised to know about the next one, who can rain three-pointers and continues to have a spot in almost every rotation. Lauri Markkanen. Since the start of free agency, Lauri Markkanen has attracted an astonishingly small amount of attention. Despite being connected to several sign-in and trade scenarios, there is no evidence to support the claim that he was ever a major priority for anyone. His absence from DeMar DeRozan's debut in San Antonio speaks something about his asking price or market appeal. The qualifying offer made to Markkanen by the Chicago Bulls remain in effect. That is crucial. He's a step or two above former restricted players like Garrison Matthews, who became unrestricted free agents. 7-footers who can make three-pointers frequently find themselves in the starting lineup, and Markkanen recently made a career-high 40.2% of his threes. A change of scenery might be beneficial for him, unless you consider those late shot clock explosives he'd receive in the post under Jim Boylen. The Bulls have never given him unrestricted liberty to create his looks. If not, Markkanen's offense should at least naturally improve if he ends up next to a high-end table setter or a large group of secondary creators. We have come to the end of the video. Do share your views in the comment section below. Make sure to like and share the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Also, enable the notifications button so that you don't miss any videos in the future. Until next time, goodbye.